Hey guys, BriSmiles here, and today we're going to be playing May I Take Your Order? Tonight we're pleased to serve you a fun little romantic dish with a scoop of horror and a nice bloody ganache. May I Take Your Order is a short visual novel about a half-hour long with 5 endings. You play as a waitress serving a couple with strange taste, so that's what we're going to be playing today. We're going to be a waitress serving a weird couple. Alrighty, May I Take Your Order? Start. Alright, I've been filling out a few applications today, and this is the last one. I've been applying to work at restaurants all over. It might not seem glamorous, but I want to see how different places are run. If I want to open my own restaurant someday, it's crucial to see what does and doesn't work. A friend told me I should save my top pick for last, and I should really kick him for that. My hand's about to fall off. Oh. It's a pretty ritzy establishment, but comfortable. Fancy, but not overpriced. Important clientele, but still kind and inclusive. If you can't make connections here, you're dead. Oh. Financially speaking, yeah, I hope. And the food, remarkable. I've never heard of anyone having a bad meal there. I gotta know how they accomplish so much. So I try not to be too nervous and fill out this like any other application. My first name is... Okay, we'll go with Bri for right now, I guess. And I finish filling out the form, I cap the pen and lean back in my chair. Man, it's nice to be done. Well, except for heading outside and turning them all in one at a time. Better get to it. 2 weeks later, and I'm waist deep in my first Saturday shift at the restaurant. Oh, busy doesn't even begin to describe it. After 7 hours of weekend rush, I'm ready to go home. I stop at table 6 and go through the motions. Thank you for dining with us, sir. My name is Bri, and I'll be your server this evening. He smiles at me. Pleasure to meet you, Miss Bri. Have you dined with us before? Yes, indeed. I'm quite happy to be back. Just you this evening, sir? No, my girlfriend will be here shortly. I'll just have a cup of coffee while I wait for her. Good decisions, good decisions. You do that. I'll go get that for you right away. No rush. Alright then. Countless families and couples have come and gone today, but for the past hour, the one guy's been clogging up table 6. Oh. Are you doing alright, sir? He checks his watch again. Oh yes, I'm fine. She'll be here any second. Stood up guy. Oh no, he stood up? He's been saying that for the past 45 minutes. Oh. I tell him to pack it up and leave, but he doesn't look like I'd expect someone in his position. There's anxiety, but only a little bit, and there's no disappointment. Not a shred of doubt in his eyes. He really thinks... Excuse me. I look up at him. He seems to come to some sort of decision. Oh, thank goodness. But this is a restaurant with crayons, right? Oh, yes sir. We have those for kids. Excellent. A sting of ferocity enters his eyes, one that doesn't quite pair naturally with crayons. One please, and red if you got it. Yeah, sure. I'm not exactly going to argue with the customer, so I head out to the front. It's not exactly usual, but the guy's been sitting there for half an hour with no phone. I'm caught between pity and irritation and hope for the umpteenth time that he has enough empathy to tip well on a single cup of coffee he's been nursing. Oh. There's a small tin and several crayons. I try to keep fresh ones ready. I grab red crayon and blue crayon. Let's just do the red crayon. I mean, there's no need to... I snatch up the red crayon. No sense of being mean to him. He may be weird, but he's probably having a bad night too. Yeah. I bring the crayon back over to him and hand it over. Thank you, Miss Bri. No big deal. Hey, are you okay? I saw you don't have a cell phone, but we could call your girlfriend and... No warning, no nothing. He knocks everything off the table and climbs right on. What is happening? What? Sir? Please get down. Why is he just drawing on the table? His deft hand scrawls a wide circle. I think that meant to say left. Then another, then sections off areas, slicing as though the crayon were a knife. He fills it with symbols. They look almost like zodiac signs. Homo sum homini mi nila alien puto? What? It's like I stood up too fast and there's rushing to my head. There's a pressure, like my ears are going to pop. What is happening? Why? Ah! The tablecloth rips and there's a spray of sweet-smelling fluid. I leap away from the table as something bursts out. What in the heck? Why? What is that? A wet spiked appendages are flailing all over, slapping and snaking their way over the windows and doors. They're fleshy but soft, too soft, and they mush and disfigured as they slam against everything in sight. One smacks the hat off another diner, who continues to eat her meal. Why? Unfazed. What? Nobody is screaming. How? And nobody notices me. Me on the ground, arms raised to protect my face, my throat too tight to scream. But that's okay. The thing is screaming enough for the entire restaurant. It lets out a dual-toned screech, high and low, but I can't discern one throat, let alone two. Gran thrown on the floor, the guy stood up, the worst diner ever, starts calling out to her. The worst diner ever. Sweetie! For goodness sakes, put on your body, we're in a nice restaurant. It screeches and roars back at him. Worst diner ever, I love that. I know, but... He waves a bundle of cloth at it. I brought you some clothing! And it's super comfy! It slurps up the bundle of fabric and the creature bubbles and draws back on itself, twisting until... Nope. Oh! Okay, hello. I emerge. Worst diner ever, you're here! You had me worried, so I figured I'd help you break down the barrier a bit. Teleporia, you have no idea how good it is to see you. Is that what it says? Teleporia? Teleporia? I'm gonna assume that is. When he says that words, my ears finally pop, and my teeth grit. It's a bad word. Is it? It's not a curse word per se, not so much a word you wouldn't say in front of your boss. What? It feels like the wrong answer to a classroom or meeting. That moment when everyone turns and looks at you. And you just want to sink through the floor. I just want to sink through the floor. I want to very quietly go get my coat, change my name, and move to whatever town is on the exact opposite point of the globe from where I'm currently standing. You informed me that the barrier was too frail in this portion of your world. I will hold you responsible for the trouble. He's beaming at the thing that came out of the hole. I can't look at it. It hurts to roll my eyes towards it. I'm dehydrated. What? When I close my eyes, the dark behind my eyelids is so cool and so soft. Huh? There are tears running down my cheeks. I hadn't noticed. The guy, Hendrik, beams and gestures towards the gaggle of eyes and puffy wool. This is my girlfriend, Teleporia. Oh. Impudent microbe. What? I may choose to craft for myself the form of a creator, a birthing one. Her words wash over him like a gentle breeze. It looks like she could rip his face off, but her roars just make him brim with joy. We've been dating for about 400 years now, and though long distance thing is an NC bit of a annoyance, we make it work. The moment I finally devise an effective method of accomplishing your demise, I will rip your soul from your ever-regenerating body and chew it to a gruel. Oh, how romantic. He sits down at the all-but-destroyed table and picks up his menu. Hendrik, but until that beautiful day, I can be with you forever. You're going to need to eat something else. Teleporia stops. She looks at me and I bounce between eyes, trying to make contact with the one that doesn't stare into my deepest inadequacies. There is human feel here? I nod. Her mouth breaks open into a smile? Well, at least she's happy about that. Excellent! You're spared from punishment, Hendrik, if only for a moment. She sits down, but not on a chair. Dozens of tentacles are still present throughout the entire room, spike driven into the surfaces, blocking all the exits. She settles into one of the squishy appendages, looking pleased. So then, maybe we should order an appetizer. It's not that I can't believe this is happening. I have an open mind. But as far as sudden supernatural shifts in my life, I was really hoping for wizard school. Or plain old haunting. Some ghosts are pretty cool, right? I guess. At least with a zombie or something, I know the rules here. What are the rules with this thing? Do I throw rice on the ground to stall her? Will she attack me if I touch her with an iron? I'd listen to my gut, but I can't make out anything but general foreboding. Demon? You summon demons, so that fits. But I don't know, something doesn't seem right about that. Maybe she's excuse me? Oh. I can barely think, but at least I can fall back on one set of rules. I struggle to stutter out a rote reply. Oh, would you like to start off with a super salad tonight? The man grins and gives an eager nod. Could I please get the blue cheese salad, and for my sweetie? Teleporia rolls her eyes and teeth flash as she cuts in. Hendrik, I've been on enough of these sham dates to know that ordering for your companion is rude. His face falls. But it's been ages since you've eaten food. You're chewing on the fork right now. She gives him a glare and slowly places the slightly bent cutlery back onto the table. Fine. But before he can say another word, she makes her move. I don't want your advice though. I want the young human to choose for me. Oh no. Oh no. He sighs annoyed. He checks himself before looking at me. I think he knows that she's putting me on the spot. I can appreciate that he's trying to look out for me. I mean, I'd appreciate it more if he had not summoned some kind of eldritch thing during an already busy Saturday shift. Or at all. I eased my throat open enough to squeak out, tomato biscuit? Or a lamb chili? She looks like she would like the lamb chili. That doesn't seem much of anything to her. Great, oh. What would you like for your entree? Oh. She slams her fist out on the table. My stomach lurches. First, bring me the matter. The physical form requires fuel to sustain itself. I turn my heel and fly out of there, an excuse to leave. If there are any kind of extra-dimensional beings looking down on me right now, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank them. I rush into the kitchen. Well, back in the kitchen, everyone's still bustling about, other servers calling in their orders. The ambitious cooks are working. The slightly less ambitious cooks are cracking jokes with each other. They're as oblivious as the customers out front. I can see my manager discussing some menu changes with the head chef. Me. Hey, does anyone else know what's going on out there? But nobody turns to look at me. Hey, I'm serious. What the hell is going on? Are they ignoring me? Do you expect me to just come back here and bring this order like nothing's wrong? I take a sarcastic tone. Yeah, we got blue cheese and chili for table 6, just another usual night, right? Without warning, a tray with the order is put down on the counter next to me. Oh, well, at least they're cooking it. But other than that, there's no hint of a glance, no guilty looks. Hey. Nobody even flinches. Fine. Looks like I'm on my own tonight. Well, okay. Well, I guess this is fine. I don't really know, honestly. We're probably fine. Hendrik, did I tell you how lovely your eyes are this evening? From your ever-effused sewer pipe of compliments springs something worthwhile. Wow, okay. I made most of them myself, but the eye in the center of my head was my reference object. What? I couldn't even tell the difference. Your anatomy has gotten so much better since the last decade. It is easier when I have a fresh supply of study materials. So I suppose I can remain here long enough to consume some matter. Let no sentient being claim that I do not repay my debts. Well, that's just one of the perks of the job. Teachers can bring home knowledge, cooks can bring home food, and surgeons can spare body parts back to their girlfriends. I can say with relatively certainty that that isn't how it works. If I ever find out this man's last name, I'm never going to his hospital. I serve Teleporia her chili, trying not to get too close. Please be careful, it's very hot. Remember, sweetie, that too much heat could injure... Silence me, Garden. I know what to do with the violet heat sources. Did she? Oh no. She flings the scalding hot liquid across the table and hits Hendrik square in the chest. Well, He rushes out to the bathroom, red-faced with pain. We don't serve our soups at the heat that could do permanent damage, but that still has to hurt. Oh, yeah, I bet. She closes most of her eyes and inhales a deep breath, satisfied when she speaks again. Her voice has a rough, tranquil tone. Clean it up, human. This is an establishment with standards, is it not? Well, it was. I mutter. The elegant charm might be a bit altered by the sudden presence of giant tentacles. She snuggles down into her seat. This is a gift for your owners. This is a sliver of my true form. Well, it's lovely. Sorry that you didn't like the chili. Apology unnecessary, human. I enjoyed that immensely. She sniffs the air. And it smells nice as well. She dabs a little of the meat on her neck. Why? This body has concentrated blood flow from around the throat and wrist. These pulse points heat and disperse stray molecules of matter, allowing humans to perceive them with their noses. She seems quite pleased with this luxury. Well, at least she's happy with the service. She wraps a scarf around herself. Now that I think about it, the clothing Hendrik brought for her is all very heavy. A maxi skirt with a thick sweater and a blanket scarf. The way you're clutching that scarf, are you cold? You may not have my scarf, it retains my heat. I will continue to regenerate and retain heat, and I will belong to me, not you. It will belong to me, not you. What? I take a step back. No, that's all your heat, fair and square? She growls. Happily? Yes, all mine. Hendrik will be procuring more matter this evening, which will continue to power this form. The physical extortion is a luxury, the caloric energy necessary to move but a digit. She lifts one of her own claws. It's precious that I have gone through thousands of years of lying wait for foolish summoners to tear open rifts and let the good heat from your world. Teleporia leans down on the table and the edge of the scarf trails into her chili. Or at least what's left of it. Is it selfish to be happy that she's disarmed now? I look at the still present tentacles and recalculate the statement. At least she cannot harm me with soup. That is something. So human, how do you enjoy generating your own heats? Oh, I mean... It's not great. Have you gotten really sweaty? Being really sweaty does suck, but I also really don't like being cold. I guess I would rather just turn on the heater. When it gets cold, I can't bring myself to do much of anything, so I'll just turn on the thermostat. So I'll just turn up the thermostat. She slams her hand down. No! This is unacceptable, lazy human. In the void, there is no heats. There are no sun off of which to leech, like some creature that lives off the blood of another. I don't think she knows the verb that correlates to an actual animal. You need to be more grateful. And Hedrick returns. Getting along well? As well as to be expected. Still, thank you for keeping her company. We'll eat our appetizers and... She shakes her head. I'm finished with mine. He laughs. Of course, how could I forget? So then, would you like to move on to the main course now? The next part of the meal? Ah, yes, the one with the larger portions. Hendrik points to her menu. So what were you thinking about? I always like steak, but I must admit, I was kind of thinking about splurging on the... Hey, human, Brie! I snap to attention. Yes, ma'am. Choose. Do it promptly and wisely, or else I will need to consume something else for my main course. She's staring at me right in the eyes. Her gaze lingers on my mouth. Why? She stares at my teeth and licks her lips. I don't like that. Could she eat my teeth? What? Why would you want to do that? Well, I think you would enjoy, I don't like lobster gross, squidding gross, get the steak, man, just get the steak. Oh, she's happy about it. Okay, good. Teleporia, steak? She certainly recognizes that word. And I, wouldn't normally recommend doing this, but there's a bone, or a piece of cow skeleton in the steak. Maybe you would like to eat that as well? Apparently, yes. And I'll have the lobster, please. He looks a little embarrassed. It's a night out for celebrating, you know. Hey, I don't mind. Rack up that bill. He chuckles and I head off to the kitchen. Well, as long as we're getting paid, I guess. Why not? The cook prepares the dishes as usual and hands them off to me. Just like last time, never making eye contact or reacting to anything I say. Both of these meals require special cutlery. I've got the lobster fork and cracker for Hendrik, and a knife for Teleporia. The serrated edges gleam from the murky lights. Is it a really good idea to hand this weapon over to her? I mean, she already has, like, tentacles. I think if she wanted to kill me, she probably could, but, okay. I'm on my own here, and nobody will help me if she attacks me. Or maybe, since nobody else will help me, I have to deal with the situation myself. She hasn't made a move on me yet, but she did do a number on the dining room. It may be only a matter of time. Before what? As I look over to table 6, it's time to make a choice. What should I do with the knife? I'm going to do it. I'm going to kill Teleporia. I don't think I could. I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to give it to Teleporia as though she were any normal customer. I'm just gonna get rid of it. I mean, I don't think she needs a knife to eat the steak, I'm gonna assume, but fighting might be a terrible call. But I also don't like the idea of arming Teleporia any further. I'm sure there are bread knives, but those aren't designed to cut through anything sharper than butter. So I serve them their meals and take care of hiding the knife. So before I go, is everything to your liking? Is the food, powering your true form? Silly Brie, in my true form, I do not consume human fuel. This human template, what did you call it? Hendrik caught mid-bite and he covers his mouth to respond. Oh, human sona. My human sona. It consumes calories, inhales oxygen, recreates feces, and all the same as yourself, I assume. I never expected to have a restaurant patron ask if I breathe and poop, but here we are. But my true form requires something much more deeply sustaining. She stares me down. She looks at my teeth again. Why? She looks in my eyes. Why? She holds eye contact and waits. Are we gonna die? I try not to squirm, but my moxie is inadequate for the situation. She waits, and then laughs. I can breathe again. Delicious! A light dusting of fear, nothing too overwhelming. If that doesn't strike her as much fear, please let me never learn what does. Okay. So did you eat fear then? It falls under my purview. Suffering. My sweetie's true form eats concepts. She builds her human sona to have quite the taste for them. Any form of important emotion can sustain her, but she's picky. I am not. Suffering is the only thing worth eating. Eating anything else would be beneath me. It's okay to eat whatever you want. I love you just the way you are. And I would like you much better with several more stab wounds to the head. Anytime, sweetie. I like how chilly is. So I managed to sneak away for the next 15 minutes. I know that I'll eventually have to return. And I tried to strike up a conversation with the line cooks again. So how do you guys feel about the recent tentacle invasion? Of course, nobody responds. Yeah, it's hard to really put into words, huh? No response, dishes clink. Well, I guess the spooky atmosphere has a certain charm, but I don't think that it'll catch up with the baby boomers. Conventional wisdom say that they like elegance and rustic charm. This gets boring quickly, so after the appropriate waiting period, I head back over. So thank you for dining with us tonight. I did it! I made it through the evening. We actually did it, holy. I'm tempted to not give the check or just to rush them right out the door. But I refuse to slip up now. It's been a delight getting to know both of you. How kind of you! You know, I was planning on heading out, but you know what? Oh no. I couldn't care less if I attempted, and I'm very powerful. I am capable of caring less than most humans could in their most apathetic dreams. Let's do dessert. Okay then, well. Okay. I look from his smiling face to Teleporia's cruel one. I know how this goes. Let's make a recommendation. I recommend our chocolate torte for the delightful couple. How do you feel like drinking? I sure do. After dinner brandy. Fuck it, caution to the wind. Bananas Foster flambe, sure. Why not? Is my professionalism slipping? It must be. What are we impregnating? Sweetie, it's a figure of speech. I don't have that function this time around. Sweetie, I think she's just tired. That's okay. I think if I want this to be a truly satisfying night for our esteemed void goddess, then she might enjoy this dessert. Or at least how we cook it. What is this blabbering about? But I can tell I got her hooked. We cook it tableside. With a huge flame. And there it is. I'm not too sure about this. Looks like he picked up on the pattern too. I insist. I don't even need to write this one down. One flaming dessert for table 6. Oh no. I scramble about to the kitchen, grabbing everything I need. Am I cleared to do this? Hell no. 2 weeks is not long enough to have permission to set things on fire next to the diners. But tonight's a special one, isn't it? I feel like I've lost it, but Oh, you know what? Let's go with it. I wheel the card over. Feeling a mite chatty, I take my time prepping to light it on fire. So congrats on getting out of the, what do you call it, cold place? The void. The void, God, what's it like there? Dark, cold, mostly barren. Log for something approaching an entity with nothing but your own thoughts. Unless one can become creative. I do my best to make creatures to fill it, but it's a vast expense. Literally endlessly big. With nothing in it. Yeah, I caught part of that conversation before. You made your body, right? Indeed, the rifts become open and I am able to seize not only heat but stray matters. I model the majority of my creations after the carbon-based life forms. But modifications must be made. I'll bet if the void doesn't have heat or any of its own matter, you need to make creatures that don't eat or breathe, right? Good human. I model most of them after myself. And you eat concepts. Yes. After billions and billions of years, I have evolved over 1 million species of void creature. Nearly all of them feed as I do on the concept of suffering. So it's an endless barren place with no light, no heat, where the only thing that exists just go around preying on each other, suffering all the time? Yes. Is it not marvelous? And someday, human Bri, there will be a rift large enough that it is not tiny scraps and stray humans that will fall through, but your entire plane of existence. Oh joy. You will enjoy it. Oh, I will. Wouldn't I hate it? I got distracted there for a bit, but I grabbed the rum, can't caramelize it without a pretty flame. I mean, I don't enjoy suffering. You would be surprised what humans can get used to. I used the wrong English word. A closer translation might be resignation. You would become resigned to an existence saturated with pain. Enjoyed isn't the correct term, unless you're disgusting clusters of miswired brain cells. I love you too, sweetie. Ugh. I know what you're doing, Hendrik. You think if you can keep delaying me with fancy drinks, stolen body parts, and gentle words of rough sex, could we not talk about our sex life in private? Thank you. She places a hand on his arm. That you can stop me. You are as always disgusting, but an appealing opponent. Look out! And I light it up. The flame shines in her eyes, and I can feel the heat coming off it. I should probably be keeping a close eye on it to make sure it's cooking properly, but looking over at Hendrik and Teleporia, they're holding hands, so simply and happily. She's gripping his hand tightly from joy. Aw. Then she jerks him across the table. Aw. Straight into the flaming carts. Now that burn, that one could cause permanent damage. Though he may be lucky that the worst thing that happened to him tonight. He executes a perfect stop, drop, and roll, and soon the flames are out. Yeesh. Though he's far from unscathed. Human, that was a fantastic dinner. Bring us a statement so we may repay you for your noble worship and gifts. I salute and wheel what remains of the upturned cart away. It's not long before I return with the bill in hand. He takes the check. He seems to be doing a bit of calculation in his head, then lays down some cash. Well, this evening wasn't a complete waste of time and effort. Oregon ravioli? Hendrik looks up at her. You may have one short embrace. He jumps to his feet, arms wide to hug her, and one of her tentacles slam into him, throwing his body across the room. It slams into a wall and ragdolls to the ground. Transaction completes. Oh no, did you kill him? She heaves a sigh. Would I were so lucky. No, human, I have merely rendered him unconscious. That's good. Via severe cranial hemorrhaging. That's bad. He will sleep it off. I ripped off his limbs before he can take it. She looks almost fond. Aw, I think. She gets up and walks over to him and grabs him by the foot. I suppose it's time to return him to his residence. She perks up. Or I can abandon his body in the trash unit. Perhaps nobody will find him and he will be placed inside a trash compactor. As she turns to drag him away, I ask, Miss Teleporia. She turns quizzical. Human, I am departing. You've made it through this evening unscathed. You have little to no ability to comprehend how fortunate that makes you. But I suggest you make an attempt. I clear my throat. I think I'm trapped here. I gesture around the restaurant. Oh, yes, I've forgotten. Your world usually has even more light, does it not? She shrugs. Well, I had no hand in this. And with that, she waves aside a tentacle and marches through the front door. Okay, well. Hendrik head thuds against the ground as she walks down the staircase and out of sight. When I hear the front door close, another server bumps me on the shoulder stepping past. They give me a dirty look heading their way. Just like that, I'm back. I get moving, clearing the table, and scoop up the check. I check the tip. 40%! It might not cover emotional distress, but it'll cap off the shift well. This was quite the experience. But for my own safety, I think I'm gonna skip the 2-week notice. I came here to learn something new. And I'd say that goal is more than accomplished. Yeah. Ending 4, a hug goodbye. That was funny. Okay, that was cool. I like that. So that was May I Take Your Order. I thought it was really funny how she kind of just, tortured him the entire time, and he was just really happy at the end. He was like, okay, that was fun. Let's go. But that was May I Take Your Order. I feel like we did what we were supposed to do. We took the couple's order and they left very satisfied. And we got the best tip, so you know what? That is a success. I feel like we got the good ending, honestly. Maybe I'll do a part 2 for a second ending. I'm not too sure. I would do another one, but I am just a bit too sick currently, so I just decided that that would be the ending for now. Go support them if you'd like. The art's really good. It's a very cool game. Maybe you could get another ending if you want. Try different foods on a menu, I guess is the moral, right? If you don't know what to order at a restaurant, maybe ask the waitress and they will tell you what to order. That's about it. Keep smiling. Goodbye.